Hey, what's up? Joe Joe in the morning, family. Hope everybody is having a really, really good day. One of the greatest ways to have a turnaround season is to change your mindset, change the way that you're thinking. Because honestly, I believe that your turnaround is waiting on you. I tell people this all the time. You are not waiting on God. God's waiting on you. And a lot of time, the process of receiving everything God has for you is for you to change your mindset, okay? Philippians 4 and 8, very familiar passage, but a lot of people just read through it, but they don't think about it. Finally, brothers, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of a good report. If you can find anything in anybody or about anything that's praiseworthy, meditate and focus on those things. I remember one day I was with two of my friends and we were preaching this conference, and it was a powerful conference, and we were meeting all these amazing people. And I remember this one young lady, she was 20. I think she had 3 Red Bulls and 4 shots of espresso when she came up talking to us. But she was so encouraging and so positive and just energetic. And she was telling us about what she was going to do. And we were just like, just go do it. Like, wow, great attitude. And then I remember another guy walked up, and they must have went to the coffee bar and got the same order. And he was like, man, everything you are saying is lining up with what I feel. I'm going to. He starts naming all this stuff he's going to do in ministry and in business. And I'm just like, man, that's awesome. Then the next person came up, and their first cousin to Eeyore. You know Eeyore on Winnie the Pooh? And it was just, he blamed his parents. He blamed his grandparents. He was blamed. I don't know your parents. I don't know your grandparents. I don't know your dog. I don't know your teacher, your friends. I said, look, man, whoa, you got to change the way you think. Like, he was a complete downer. But when I was praying for him and talking to him, you could tell he was a really good guy deep down. You could tell he was in the wrong community. And you could tell his thinking was broken. So I started talking to him about shifting his mindset, shifting the way that he speaks, turning things towards the kingdom through the scriptures, and focus on the things that are good. Focus on the things that are good and noble and praiseworthy. What's good about your life? And this guy said, well, I just had some pretty big doors, and they were like really big doors open up. And I said, bro, that's exciting. Let's talk about them. Let's focus on them. And by the time we got done talking, this guy's whole attitude had changed. His whole countenance has changed. His mindset had changed. See, just having a conversation with somebody who believes the best in you changes everything. And so if you want a true turnaround in your life, you got to change the way that you think, okay? I love the scripture in 1 Peter 1:13. It says, therefore, prepare your minds for action. Prepare your minds for action. Which means, you go back to Philippians 4 and 8, let's think upon the things that are good, that are noble, that are just, that are praiseworthy. Meditate on these things, because your mind, whatever it's thinking on, is about to go into action. What's going to come out of your life is what comes out of your mind, okay? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Think upon everything that could go right for you. Think about all your prophetic words manifesting. Think about everything that God has called you to do, and don't look at your natural surrounding. Colossians 3 and 2, it talks about just be steadfast, look straight ahead and advance the kingdom. And it says, therefore, prepare your minds for action and be sober-minded. Set your hope fully on the grace that will be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. Let your mind be prepared for what God has for you. Let your mind be prepared for action, and be sober-minded. See, if your mindset is down and out and focused on the bad and the negative, your mind's not going to be sober. I had somebody who's a partner in our ministry, and the first time my wife and I talked to her, you could tell she was a sweet lady, but just beat down by life. And she talked real low, kind of like this right here, and she just kind of talked like that. And I said, ma'am, our ministry is called Roar. You have a voice. You're going to roar. And she said, I don't feel like I can roar. I said, you run with us, you're going to roar. So we just started helping her to change the way that she was thinking, to think upon the things that God had, to focus on those. And all of a sudden we saw this lady just shift in her life, and her mindset just changed. Because if you think properly, you'll live properly, and you'll just think properly. You'll think kingdom, which is proper thinking, and you'll start to move forward. Change your mindset. You want a sudden turnaround. You want a turnaround season. Change the way that you think, and you will see amazing things happen. All right. Hey, love you guys, and I hope that this video helped you. I hope this week helped you, because it is a turnaround season. Love y'all, and see you next week.